I want to kick off the show by talking about Kevin Durant, who now currently plays for the Brooklyn Nets. Now, obviously, we all know Kevin Durant suffered a huge major injury during the 2019 NBA Finals. He tore his Achilles. I felt he should not have played during that NBA Finals. I felt he rushed his way back and he should not have played. But hey, he decided to play. That was a decision that he has to live with. But I gotta say, Kevin Durant making his way back from his Achilles injury, he looks good as new. He looks like the same old Kevin Durant. That's pretty obvious for most people, I would say. Yeah, I felt Kevin Durant would make a successful comeback because I do believe Kevin Durant is an historically great player, and I do think that he took the amount of appropriate time that was needed for him to come back from this serious Achilles injury. Let's not forget, last year during the bubble, there were some reports that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving might return to the bubble for the NBA playoffs, but Kevin Durant said, nah, I'm going to sit it out, and I think that was a smart decision. He took a little bit more extra time. And I said, even if Kevin Durant comes back around 80% of what he once was, that's still one of the 10 best players in all of basketball as we speak today right now. And Kevin Durant has been great in 2021. He averaged on the season 27 points per game. He shot 50% from the field, a career high 45% from three-point range. He was in the MVP conversation early in the season before getting injured once again. Obviously, he is now healthy in the playoffs. We just saw him score 32 points in game one of the playoffs versus Boston. I think Brooklyn definitely has a chance to win it all this year, no doubt about it. But Kevin Durant, to me, is the most talented scorer in NBA history. And I think that this season pretty much confirms it. Now, I will say, I don't quite think Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer of all time. I say that either Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant is the greatest scorer of all time. I probably put Kobe number 2, Michael Jordan number 1, just because, those guys, I think when they're hot, they can score more points than Kevin Durant. And I've seen them perform better in big games and in more big games than Kevin Durant in regards to the postseason. And I think that in terms of, just evaluating the talent, that's one thing. But you also have to take into account what happens in big games. That's why I'm factoring in. But if we're just going based off of your offensive arsenal and how talented you are as a player, and we're just talking scoring the basketball right here, putting the ball in the hoop, okay? I don't think anyone on planet Earth is a more talented and more naturally gifted scorer than Kevin Durant in the history of the NBA, okay? What makes Kevin Durant so great is that he's very unique in his own way because he's 7 foot tall with a 7'6" wingspan, and he handles the basketball like a point guard. I mean, that's very, very rare for someone to see a 7-footer shooting 30-foot jump shots and handling the basketball like a point guard, okay? And right now, you can make the argument that Kevin Durant right now is one of the 5 best shooters in all basketball. To me, Kevin Durant might arguably be the best mid-range shooter of all time. As far as his mid-range jump shot goes, it's either him or Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was an amazing mid-range shooter, but so is Kevin Durant. He's got incredible touch around the basket. He can play above the rim. Obviously, he can dunk the basketball. That's pretty obvious. And Kevin Durant is more of a slender guy. He's not someone that, has a ton of muscle mass on him. He's not a guy that lives in the weight room, but he has what I call great basketball strength. And as the years have gone on and on, I think Kevin Durant as a basketball player has gotten stronger and stronger. He's committed more and more to the weight room. And right now, there's no weakness in Kevin Durant's game. He can post you up. He can shoot off the dribble. He can create his own shot. He can get to the hole. He can get to the basket with the best of them. I mean, there's no weakness to his game. Kevin Durant right now might be as close to a perfect basketball player as there is in today's game. And I believe Kevin Durant is the most talented scorer in NBA history. And I think Kevin Durant has a chance to go down as a top 10 player of all time when it's all said and done, no doubt about it. he at the very least is one of the 5 to 10 most talented basketball players of all time. And to me, he's the most talented scorer in NBA history. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juiciest Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juiciest Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.